All right, welcome back, everyone. This is the Jazz Piano School podcast, episode number 191. My name is Brendan Lowe. I'm the creator and founder of Jazz Piano School. Thank you so much for being here. Now, in this particular episode, one of our amazing jazz piano educators named Trent Bryden is going to be teaching you about pedal point tension, specifically creating tension, building tension through the use of pedal points. Now, the great Bill Evans was a master at this, right? He would lay down the pedal, he would pedal over certain notes, certain chords, certain harmonies, and then move the harmonies while keeping that pedal going. Needless to say, there's a lot that goes into this that we don't even think about, right, when actually executing this process. So Trent's gonna talk about this, he's gonna unravel this, so you have specific strategies that you can use in your everyday playing, all right? So it's a great one, I absolutely love this. It's all about creating atmospheres and textures, which I'm all about. So have fun and let's dive right in, here we go.
What's up, guys? This is Trent with Jazz Piano School. Today we're gonna be talking about using pedal points to create tension. So a pedal point is when you keep the same note in the bass while changing the chords on top. And doing this for a series of measures creates a sense of both connection and tension. It can be heard all over the classical music world. One example is Bach's Prelude in C minor from the Well-Tempered Clavier, Book 1. So here's a little bit of that. Just pay attention to this bottom note here. So as you can see, it's a whole slew of broken chords being played over that C first for the whole first 6 measures. Then it goes down to the B flat, and that's when the first big change takes place. And it keeps doing that kind of throughout the whole rest of the piece. So that's a classical example. And there's a ton of famous uses in the jazz idiom that are written into the tune. Such as On Green Dolphin Street, Naima, Dolphin Dance, and many more. In an interview with Marion McPartland that can be found on YouTube, Bill Evans demonstrates superimposing pedal points on sections of tunes. And this builds energy so that when the bass note finally changes, the harmonies of the tune seem to burst forth like a waterfall breaking through a dam. It's a really cool sensation. Especially when you kind of discover your own ways to do it. So here's just a little bit of that concept on the Days of Wine and Roses. So first, just the regular changes. I'm just going to do that one section. So that's just playing the chords. Now, if you use a pedal point, it could sound like this. You see how different that sounds and how much energy that builds and how you're just like ready to shoot out of it with a solo. It's a really cool phenomenon. And as you just heard, sometimes you have to change or add to the original harmonies to make the pedal point work. For example, the first chord, I'm just playing F. Second chord, this is just an E flat 7 sharp 11, which is, that's in the tune. Haven't changed anything yet. Here, when I get to the A minor, instead of playing a regular A minor 11 over that, I don't really like the sound of that. I'm playing an F7 without the 3, so like an F sus kind of. And then over the D, since there's an F in the root, that's like the sharp 9. So I'm putting the flat 13 in also, which is this B flat. And then the shells also 3 and the 7, and it sounds like this. And at that point, it's not even really a D chord anymore. There's no D anywhere in there. It's like a F Phrygian thing. But it's performing the same function as what that D chord was. And once you learn how to alter chords to fit a pedal point, which takes some creativity and some working out and some messing around, then you can start to stretch it as far as your ear takes you. Make it last over as many chords as you want. And you'll naturally discover the points within the tune to depart from the pedal point and get back to the changes. And in most of the best tunes, it's kind of a natural process of, you'll kind of feel when you want to get back to the changes and the regular harmonic motion of the thing. So the longer you hold the pedal point, the more tension will build up naturally. So what you can do is experiment with lengthening the pedal point by one chord at a time, discovering a new drop off back to the changes at each chord. So here's what that would look like. First, if you just played the pedal for one chord, that's not really a pedal, that's just the chord, but it sounds like this. That's just playing the tune. But now let's hold it 2 chords. And then resolve it here, this A minor. All right, now let's do it 3 chords. So each time you're lasting a little bit longer on the pedal point, and you come out in a new place every time. So now we're coming out with the D in the bass, and what you naturally want to do next is play the G minor chord over the D. So this is what happens when you create these new drop-off points. You discover new pedal points, which in turn lead to their own unique resolutions. So now that we're on this G here, the next chord is that B flat minor 7 to E flat, that 2-5. It makes the most sense just to move this bass note down by 1, play the B flat over that. So, and then you can keep that note and over the A chord that leads you back to the D minor. So it's, so altogether, that one would sound like this. Let me do that again. You can start getting into your solo after that. So discovering these unique pathways through tunes is extremely gratifying, and there's really an infinite amount of paths to discover. And when you realize this, at first it can be kind of daunting, and you can kind of have a negative perception of it, and you can start thinking like, I have to master every road possible. And you get kind of in this spiraling thing of, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to do this. Well, the thing is, your ear will tend to guide you down specific roads that you and only you will play exactly a certain way. And that, to me, is the beauty of music, that you don't have to know every single path there is. You just need to discover a few of your own and explore them to your heart's content. And this is just one tool for you to do that. So I don't want you to get caught up in the specific changes that I'm playing, but rather I want you to start thinking about how you can discover these unique pathways for yourself. One other way you can do this, instead of just doing pedal notes in the bass and thinking about one note in the bass and how everything fits over it, you can do that in your improvised melodies too. And take one note and figure out kind of its path through the entire form of the song. So I'm going to do that just with A really quick and basically play this A over every chord. And once we modulate into a new key or something like that, then it's functionally not going to make sense, but I'm going to kind of massage the notes a little bit and make it make sense. So just here's that. Just kind of a rubato thing, just working it out. Go to A flat now. So you can see you can take one note pretty much all the way through and see kind of where it leads you, go through some different keys and realize that one note has its own path through every possible chord. And it's really cool to see that. So I hope you have fun exploring these concepts of the pedal point in the left hand and also in the right hand, whatever you want to call it there. And I hope you have fun implementing these and forging your own paths through the vast musical universe. Have fun.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that as much as I did. Go ahead and subscribe to our YouTube channel because we release a new podcast every single Wednesday. We release a new lick of the week every single Monday. And definitely go check out our website at JazzPianoSchool.com. You can search for all of our previous podcast episodes. There's a lot. All of our lick of the weeks and the transcriptions we have and the blog we have as well. All right, hope you all are staying safe. Please, if you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. I hope you have a fantastic day, and as always, happy practicing.